I'm all strapped in, so you can, but you have to come up close. Non. On l'entend pas.
Yeah, maybe I will. No. Hello.
Oh, mais quel... Pardon.
Okay, something is working. Yes.
Yes.
Hello, hello. No, yeah, okay. That's
Yoo-hoo!
good. Okay, so I'm always amazed by how many solutions there are in the world, and then the lack of solutions on the technical front. But now we're here, so thank you very much. Thank you for Change Now to host us, and a very warm welcome here. My name is Willem van Hasselt from the Solar Impulse Foundation, and today I'd like to maybe share a little bit. I know many of you already know what the Solar Impulse Foundation is and does, but maybe just to give you brief context. Several years ago, 4 years ago, when Bertrand Piccard finished his round-the-world flight in a solar airplane, he decided to create a foundation to identify 1,000 solutions to change the world, to be able to protect the world and the planet in a profitable way. And that venture started with absolutely nothing at all. We didn't have one single solution, but we knew there were thousands out there. And we started to look for those solutions. We developed a methodology to label and evaluate these solutions, to look and evaluate whether they are not only sustainable, but also scalable, technically feasible, and whether economically they make sense. Because how can we change the world? Only by showing that it's actually a profitable venture and that people have a personal financial benefit in doing so. And one of the messages that we continually share is there is so much waste of food, waste of energy, waste of water. And all of that is resource that we can capitalize on. And the solutions that we've identified help us to capitalize on that. Now, today, fast forward, we actually way past 1,000 solutions. We have identified almost 1,400 of them. Some of them are here today as exhibitors, and 8 of them are going to be presenting today here in this pitching session. So we're really excited about that. And we have a wonderful jury, which will be introduced to you in a moment, which are all partners and friends of the foundation. So very warm welcome to all of you. And today we're in a place that actually we are an active part of the ecosystem, collaborating with events like Change Now, developing relationships with investors around the world, setting up 2 investment funds with BNP Paribas and also with Rothschild and Alliad. So we've come a long way, but there is still a very long way to go. And that way will be achieved mainly thanks to the solutions here today. So let's listen to them, and thank you very much, and welcome.
No, that's good. Thank you so much, Willem. Now, as you said, we're going to be hearing from some different solutions this morning, and then we're going to have some Q&A with our wonderful jury who are sitting here at the front. So we'd love to introduce the jury to you now as well. And we'll ask you not to stand up, but just to introduce your name and what you're really looking for in the pitch today. So on our jury today, we have Ines Mertens, we have Marie Dollet, we have Vincent Brilliot, we have Laura Wurzel, and Mathieu de Chanvu. And I don't speak French, so excuse my pronunciation, but you're welcome to say your name again as well. Let's start down here. We don't hear you right now. Having a few tech issues this morning. We'll be back in just a minute. And really, to be honest, this is what startup life is all about. Find a problem, find a solution. It doesn't go perfectly. Good enough for now, safe enough to try. We'll get there in the end. Thanks for your patience, everybody.
Vincent Brio, Air Liquide Venture Capital Fund. We've been set up in 2012. And as Willem mentioned, we have a very strong history of partnership with the Solar Impulse Foundation, so we're thrilled to be here. We have a strong focus on hard tech and energy transition. So we're looking from the pitches from today to find new solutions to bring sustainable change to the planet. Thanks.
Perfect. Thanks so much.
Hi, my name is Ines Mertens, partner at Simplicity, which is an early stage impact VC fund based in Brussels. We invest in European companies with a focus on sustainable cities, PropTech and mobility.
Perfect. Thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Mathieu de Chanville, co-founder and managing partner at Shift for Good, a new venture capital fund focused on Series A, Series B investments in circular economy and mobility. And we are an impact fund, Article 9.
Thank you very
We're
much.
happy to be here.
Hello everyone, my name is Laura Worstel. I'm a partner in the newly funded BNP Paribas Solar Impulse Venture Fund, which is a fund that is launched in partnership between BNP Paribas and the Solar Impulse Foundation, investing in startups, Series A to C mainly, in Europe, North America and Israel, and tackling the ecological transition.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Marie Dollet, so I'm in charge of Euroquity, which is BPI France's online matchmaking platform. And we've been collaborating with the Solar Impulse Foundation for the past 3 years, holding online pitch sessions to help connect startups with investors.
Amazing. Thank you, everyone. And maybe a quick round of applause for our jury members. And now, without further ado, it's time for our very first pitch. We're going to have 7 pitches. It's going to be fast-paced, 3 minutes each. And the first one up is MBO7 producing data-driven tools to facilitate the adaptation of cities towards climate change impacts. Take it away.
Good morning. First, I want to thank Solar Impulse for being with you today, for the opportunity to be. Sorry.
We hear you.
I can't hear me. Sorry for that.
We can hear you.
Sorry. The world is facing an emergency. By 2030, we need to build 96,000 houses every day. But today, building houses produces 11% of the global carbon emission, amplifying the planet warmth. Meanwhile, there is wasted wood that could be used. So there are huge opportunities for MBO7, for a solution like MBO7. I'm François Dangu, one of the MBO7 founders. I joined the team 3 years ago to bring my passion for innovation and breakthrough thinking. Together, we want to grow this sustainable and highly scalable business and decrease the carbon emission. MBO7 recipe is so simple and effective. Recycle wasted wood, whatever the source is. Crush it and mix it with resin. Warm it and put it under big pressure for 3 minutes. You then get almost indestructible panels, 1 square meter pieces of molded woods. These panels are amazing. They are water repellent, fireproof, very light. The key advantage is to build with MBO7, no need of cement nor water. So easy to use, anyone can do it. The sole product worldwide for construction that is a CO2 trap. As an example, just by using downgraded wood from forests from the northeast of France for 1 year, we will trigger a huge impact on the CO2 emission of a range of 1 million of tons. We will rely on a network of existing producers and B2B distributors to sell our panels worldwide. To get the commercial traction, we need certified panels. To get certified panels, we need money. We own worldwide patents on the invention, and lobbying is also key for awareness and solution adoption, as we currently do with Fibroir. To establish a strong ecosystem, we will put in place other streams of development. We will develop package offers, combining MBO7 panels with other sustainable products. A digital marketplace, Enowe, will be dedicated to an easy, ready-to-build house solution. We have a core product, and we will implement other compatible solutions to ease its use, enlarging our patents portfolio.
Thank you so much. This is the 3 minutes up. I know that we have a tightly packed schedule, and I know we have had some tech issues. But we'll have a chance to share more in the Q&A session afterwards. Thank you so much. As you can see, we do have a lot to get through today, so we're going to have to be really strict on the time. That's my job. And next, we're going to hear from Envirocrete. Building system and material is the perfect concrete combination of wood chips and cement. I'm curious to hear more. We'll have 3 minutes. Take it away.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for being here. Great help and assistance from Solar Impulse Foundation. I'd like to present you Envirocrete. It's a South African startup where we are combining wood and cement together for building houses. So what we do is take any kind of wood, virgin scrap wood, any kind. We chip it down, we treat it. Wood is not mixable with cement. So in this way it becomes, we give it to the precast industry in general, and then we go build on site with a dry jointing system. So Envirocrete is the three, the mixing, the raw material, the mix, and then the bioclimatic engineering and architecture. What we're really talking about today is the fact that, okay, we get to net zero emissions sooner or later. But the other side of the story of the problem is that in the world there's a 2.5 million house backlog. In South Africa, we need 2.1 million houses at the moment. In Nigeria, 17 million. So there is no mainstream technology. This is the important thing, that's both green and globally scalable. So we're able to build with our technology and deliver up to 10, 15 houses a day. How? We precast it, so we give it to the precast industry. The wood, we can use any kind of wood, and we don't address sand and stone anymore. So no use of sand and stone anymore as an aggregate for the concrete mix. We reduce emissions, and then we're circular in economy. We go in high-rise and into houses alike. So we have a perfect circular economy system. A house, you can actually demolish it after 50 years, crash it again, use the same material to build exactly the same house after 50 years. So the material is reusable and 100%. There's no demolition waste that's left over. The key points, the rationale is that it's lightweight. We manufacture triple the volume, and we are able to build in 1/5 of the time. The most important thing is that we can build, using the precast industry, a whole lot of houses per day. That's important. How? This is the treatment plant. The wood needs to be treated before we can mix it with cement. By the way, we're also looking at using green cement that is not Portland cement. So we are again going to make use of a material that's highly advantageous. What we need to do is set up the first manufacturing plant. It's 12.4 million euros that we need, but I'm running short on time. This is our project in South Africa, 200,000 houses off Cape Town. That's Cape Town City you see in the corner there, and here we are doing 200,000 houses. Our material has been subscribed. Thank you very much.
Perfect.
Just short on time, I think. Thank you, and compliments to Solar Impulse Foundation for the great support. They put us in touch with people like you that I would never know how to reach if it wasn't for them. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much as well for your presentation. All right, and we're straight on to the next solution, and then we're going to have time for Q&A with the jury. Our next solution is Moa Steel House, builder of energy-positive houses with low carbon and also recyclable materials. Your 3 minutes begins now.
Hello everyone, my name is Thierry Bella and I'm the head of technical studies of Marcel Houses. So today I'm here with the CEO and the founder of the foundation, Philippe Rigolo, who is right here. Together we total more than 13 years of experience about steel. And we are very excited to be here in such a great event to showcase our solution, an innovative solution for residential houses using steel.
Yeah.
I know that some of you might say, steel, why? Before I get into it, so just take a look of what kind of houses we built in the slide. Usually when we talk about houses, we think about wood or concrete. And when you have to build a house with concrete, you are going to emit around 60 tons of carbons.
Okay, I'm just going off
and when that house has to be destroyed, you're going to be able to recycle only 20% of the materials, which is very, very hard to understand, because with our solution, you're going to be able to recycle around 93% of the materials. But there is more. Usually, actually, the bill per household is still high, which is miles away from what we can do with our solution, our positive energy houses. In this slide, as you can see, we have a comparison between concrete and wood. And as you can see, our solution is lighter, which means that we need less time for transportation resources, and we emit less CO2, and we also have, we are 3 times faster than the other solutions. Our in-house technical expertise allow us to provide hurricane resistant and earthquake resistant for all our houses. If you couple to it the fact that it's lighter and you need less time to be built, it's the perfect solution for environmentally distressed areas. Our solution is unique. We have 2 patented systems for insulated foundation and anti-thermal bridge, which allow our houses to have energetic and thermal interesting characteristics. We are actually working on French's network in France, starting with Paris and its neighborhoods. And we also have in mind to work with other solar impulse solution, which we think that it will be very interesting, not only to bring our solution to a 2.0, but also to have a better impact for our fight for the environment. So we are actually fundraising 500,000 euros. And so if you believe in a greener, a sustainable solution for residential houses, and if you believe in a strong possibility to have a better impact in our environment, feel free to reach us after. Thank you everyone for your attention.
Thank you so much. And now we are going to have time for Q&A before we move on to the next round of pitches. So I would like to invite all of the last 3 pitchers back onto the stage. I see you running away. Don't leave us, don't leave us. I'll give you a moment to arrive. How it's going to work is we'll open it up to our jury here at the front. We'd love to have at least 1 question per solution if possible. And we're still missing. And I also wanted to give you a chance if you wanted to share any last sentences, because you had some tech issues before. To start us off, you're welcome to complete your pitch. Yeah.
So the last slide, you will see that we will create with NGO a school to educate people. So we will create jobs in the field, and this will leverage with the panels the impact on business and on the planet. So at the end of the day, we have globally people will get a house and respecting the planet with our solution. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Now, we'll try to keep the questions and the answers brief, but I want to open it over to you, dear jury. Who would like to start us off with a question for our solutions or an observation? We'll use this one then.
Thank you. This is a question for MBio7. Just wanted to know what you're looking for here, you know, in at Chams-NGO, and where you are on your development. You were mentioning this school being built with an NGO, but are you starting to commercialize? Are you at the POC stage? If you could tell us more about that.
we have built already some panels to build a pilot house, a very teeny one, for emergency case, 10 square meters. And now we are looking for investors of a range of 500k euro to start the business, because we need industrial stuff, very big machines, big presses. And for the time being, we produce the first panels with not as lot of pressure, as much of pressure as we need on the machines. So now, to get the certified panels, we need very, very high pressure, 800 tons to be precise.
Thank you so much. All right.
Thank you. Another question for MBio7. To continue, what is the cost of a house built with MBio7 panels versus traditional or other solutions? First, and second, do you intend to build your own production facilities, factories, or also to partner with industrial partners in order to scale faster, maybe, and maybe have a lighter business model for you?
Thank you.
So the first question on our business model, we will coordinate some distributors and producers, but we won't create by our own our industry, our firm. We had this question from producers and from distributors. Maybe later on we will go in this way for one particular case, because we will need to produce locally. So maybe to create other jobs in the industry, we will have to create this industry. But this will be later on once we have the commercial traction. This was your second question. And the first one, look, the cost of the house. Panels, roughly, we want to sell it $20. So one 40 square meters house is around 3 to 4k euro. After, you have to add all the other stuff, the roof, the ceiling, and so on. So you just have to have in mind that for 40 square meters house, we need 300 panels.
Thank you so much. Do we have a question for one of the other solutions?
Maybe one question for Moa Steel. So you basically build houses with steel. What's the difference between what you're doing and what is currently done with the use of steel in houses?
Thank you.
The thing that we already have to know is usually people are afraid when we talk about steel, because most of people think that steel is, for example, for big structure, and for houses. We have found that it's very interesting, not only for the fact that it's very interesting when about the materials that we can recycle, but the thing is we have also, I will give you an example. We already have more than 30 houses already built, and for 100 square meter, you're going to use around 200 euros per year for heating, which is very interesting. And actually, our solution, we are going to find a way to give the possibility to have your own way of heating, which means we are going to have a panel on the houses. That's why we call it positive energy houses. So I don't know if we answer your questions.
Thank you. If there's more details you want to dive into, you can always keep chatting afterwards, but I want to give it to you now.
Thank you. I have one question for EnviroCrete. Do you market only in Africa? And if so, what countries are you targeting first, and why?
Go for it.
Okay, so very good question. We have a housing system that's been developed in Italy, and we've gone over starting in the 90s. Okay, so we've built about 150 houses in Italy that have withstood the earthquakes and so on. So we're in the middle high market in Europe. But wood is expensive in Europe because you use it for energy. So you burn it into energy and it's just expensive. There are countries around the world where wood comes in free. They bring it to your door for free. So our zero cost. Like for example, in the Philippines, they cut down all the coconut trees and they have enormous plantations. Actually, they can't because they don't know what to do with the wood. So it makes a lot of sense to go to those countries where there's a lot of wood sitting around and a lot of need for houses. And this is our principal scope. Now, I would like to bring to the attention of this conference and to Solar Impulse a very important statement. So we're not for Europe because it's simply, we're same cost basically with conventional, with the best high market conventional technology. So and in Europe there's no big construction going on, there's no mega projects going on, so it's not the case. But very interestingly, now, unfortunately, Ukraine is completely destroyed. It needs to be rebuilt quickly. So I really welcome, and this is a message for all the summit actually, to find the scalable solutions, not only innovative, but scalable, that can deliver fast, quickly, and rebuild the country back quickly and better, and the way we want to build it, with innovation. So it was not for Europe, our technology. It was for Africa. It was for the developing countries, basically, where there's great need. But now for Ukraine, there is an enormous need. So we should concentrate how we can get all these technologies to build back the country fast and test if the things work. Now we have a new playground to put our technologies into the field. So I hope that answers the question.
Thank you so much.
I have a question for more still as well. So if I understand well, the go-to-market strategy is to go through to franchise. So do you have already franchises set up?
One second. Oh, good.
Thank you for the question. Actually, no, we are based in Grand Est, and we have almost all have our houses built it around. And our goal now is to scale up, starting with Paris and its neighborhood. That's why I was talking about the fundraising that I announced it. But yes, franchise is the better way for us, I think.
Thank you. We have time for a very, very quick last question. And you had your hand.
Just wanted to rebound on what Envirocrit was saying. Just in terms of you raising capital to build your facility, your first facility, I think. How many houses could you build from this facility? And because you were mentioning that your solution was very fast and scalable, and that you wanted to tackle very large projects, what would be the capex requirements to build several facilities to tackle large-scale projects?
All right, 10-second answer.
10-second answer is that with one plant, we're processing about 3,000-4,000 tons of wood per month that equate into building around 10 to 15 50 square meter houses per day. This is more or less the capacity we have to build. We are using the precast industry, so we don't use, we just go to the precast industry, state-of-art precast that's already there, possibly with mobile plants. So we feed into that industry and we tell them simply use our material and don't use conventional concrete anymore.
And that's time. And you're more than welcome to continue discussing afterwards. We have a networking area over here, but right now I just want to say massive thank you to our first 3 solutions, warming us up, getting us going for the Change Now pitching sessions. Thank you all so much to the jury. Let's continue on now, and we're straight into the next round of pitches for the Sustainable Cities pitching round this morning. And next up, we've got Ecoten Urban Comfort. It's you. Take us away.
Hi. So, 3 minutes, let's get started. More than half of the world's population today is living in cities, and this is projected to increase to more than 70% in the next 2 decades. Cities are growing because they are the socio-cultural center as well as the economic centers of the world. but they're also the places where climate change impacts the human population the most. One of the impacts of climate change that's very important is the rise of extreme heat events. In the summer of 2003, 70,000 people lost their lives in the heat wave season of the summer in Europe. As you know, last couple of years we've seen record high temperatures in many cities across the world. Extreme heat events cause high energy consumption, heat stress, and poor air quality, which ultimately leads to discomfort, more health risks, and low productivity in cities, and that is very serious.
Yeah.
At Ecoten, we're a small startup company based in the center of Europe, in the Czech Republic, and we are technical experts in the science of urban environment, and we support our customers, who are basically cities and urban development stakeholders, to tackle these challenges from extreme heat events. We do this in two ways. One, we produce the Urban Heat Vulnerability Map, an urban planning tool which uses Earth observation satellite data to help our cities identify which areas in the city are most vulnerable to extreme heat events. And we do this by an indicator that we have designed called the Urban Heat Vulnerability Index, the UHVI, which measures the vulnerability of a particular area within a city. Once we have identified the areas which are most vulnerable to extreme heat, we then move to our second service, where we simulate the urban neighborhoods which are most vulnerable and try to propose nature-based strategies based on our simulation technologies, of which we have exclusive access to, and we support our urban development stakeholders to design new and better strategies to mitigate the problems with extreme heat events. We have done projects in several places in Europe as well as in the United States, and we've been supported by the European Space Agency as well as the Solar Impulse Foundation for our work. But we're not quite done yet. Now we have a new adventure. We would like to produce the same data that we have been using for our previous services to put it into an application and support the whole drive of smart city development across the world that's taking place right now. This is our new adventure. And we have a stand there, so I welcome all of you to come and visit us, and would be lovely to have a chat with everyone. And the gong.
Perfectly timed. Thank you. Big round of applause, everybody. All right, straight on to the next round. And this time we have RockEase, a B2B marketplace to simplify ordering and delivery of aggregates for construction. Over to you. Have fun. Your 3 minutes begins now.
So, hello, I'm Guillaume Richer. I'm the co-founder of RockEase. So I have one question for you first. After water, which natural resources is the most used in the world? Indeed, aggregates. So sorry for the typo here, but we are consuming 6 tons per year per habitant of aggregates. It's used for bridge, roads, hospitals, everything. However, the market is very fragmented today with a lot of small companies, and it's poorly optimized. For example, here, like 45% of the trucks that are used to deliver aggregates are running empty. So if we get a closer look to the supply chain, we see that it's a high friction market because there is a lot of manual steps included in the process. It's lacking of transparency, and it's making a poorly efficient supply. So how we solve it? With a B2B SaaS-enabled marketplace that's connecting and simplifying the construction supply chain by connecting haulers, producers, and I don't know if it's still working. Yeah. Okay. And we are creating a more efficient and easy way to buy, sell, and transport aggregates.
Just how to print. Can't talk.
So it is a platform for contractors. It's helping them to source more easily aggregates and increase the procurement process. All the process is digital, from quoting to delivery. It's as well a platform for aggregate supplier, helping them to reach out new customers and increasing their productivity. Lastly, it's a mobile app for truck drivers in order to digitalize delivery tickets and the dispatch of trucks. So finally, how it's helping to create a more sustainable industry for aggregates. First, it's allowing to measure, if we want to reduce the carbon footprint, we need to measure it. We are providing a carbon calculator in order to allow contractors to pick low carbon options, or for example, promoting recycled aggregates. As well as optimizing by connecting all the haulers in one place. We are going to be able to massify the truck delivery and also reduce the quantity of trucks required. So where we are today, we have reached, do a pre-seed of 600K fundraising. We have been elected in top 50 from Cemex Venture. We launched our product already. We have working with some major companies such as Bouygues or Vinci, and we are looking to raise a new seed round in order to structure the team and expand national-wide. So we have, so thanks for that. And if we want to talk more, let's see after.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Round of applause, everybody. All right, 2 more pitches for this first round this morning. And next up, we have Kiet Uben. You can correct my pronunciation. Developing healthy and productive micro-farming projects. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I'm Paul Rousselin, the CEO of Cueillette Urbaine. So now I will talk today about urban farming. In urban farming now, it's not a new market, it's a growing market. And what we have to understand is in urban farming, we are in a city, we are able to produce fruit and vegetable, we are able to clean up the city, so we are able to depopulate the city, and we are able to create social link. And if you want a sustainable model in urban farming, you need to consider these 3 activities: produce fruit and vegetable, clean up the city, and create social link. How we do that in Cueillette Urbaine? First, we do study, conception, and installation of micro farm. We do the high-tech micro farm, and we do also vegetable gardens. We have all the different low-tech and high-tech projects. Then we do operation when it's a farm, and we do maintenance when it is a vegetable garden. And at the end, you need to create the social link, as I was saying at the beginning. So we do animation. So now, what's the innovation with Cueillette Urbaine? Basically, when we install a farm, we integrate solution, we integrate the best solution adapted to the building, adapted to the area you are. So it's important to see that we cannot, when we need to produce a different kind of vegetable, we need to use a solution adapted to the vegetable you want to produce. So basically, we use aeroponics, we use aquaponics system, and we use greenhouse. Aeroponic system, so you put water under pressure and basically you will get a lot of oxygen in the water. You will get more vegetable at the end. Aquaponics, you produce fish and also you reduce the cost of your nutriments because the dejection of the fish will be used as nutriments. Then I speak about business model. Now I always present business model because sometimes we heard that urban farming, is it really relevant in terms of model? Basically, how we do it, so we sell micro farm project or we sell vegetable garden project. There's 2 kinds of project, 2 different activities. Once you sell the project, it's like a service company, you do your revenue, and then after you can do either operation or either maintenance for the different as a maintenance contract for a green company. This is some example of projects. So basically we have project with city on the left, then you see on the middle project with a real estate company, and at the end project with private company. Each time it can be micro farm or vegetable carbon. We always have a contract to do the operation. We collect the vegetable, we sell it, or we just distribute it. And after you will see some example of farm. This is different example of project we have. Sometimes it's more access to the social link or more to the productive area. This is aeroponic system. And productive. Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Beautiful photos as well. We'll see you back soon for the Q&A, but before that we have one more pitch for this session this morning, and that is Noosa, who have a biorenewable textile fibre. And when you're ready, your three. Yep, you can just use the clicker for change your slides and let me know if you need help.
So, hello everyone, my name is Luna Aslan, I'm the co-founder of Nusa, the circular textile fiber. So you might be wondering why I'm having a used socks in my hand, but at the same time this might be very familiar to you. Because all our textile products are wearing out with time and socks are the most replaced item. We actually replace 7 pairs of socks per year. Sorry, this does not work, voila. And this only in France accounts for 60,000 of tons per waste. So if this is the impact of a sock in France, imagine the impact of all our textile products in the world. And in reality, out of the 53 million tons of textile fiber produced per year, less than 1% is being recycled. So at Nusa, we ask ourselves, how can we solve this problem and revalorize all the waste from that industry? So born from biorenewable fiber, we create a textile fiber, that is 100% recyclable thanks to our patented technology. So in other words, we recreate and revalorize your old textile back into a virgin quality fiber, and this endlessly. So how do we do that? This is the way we operate. We start from a GMO-free corn that is then transformed into lactic acid, something natural that your body produces, that we then extrude into a fiber and spin into a yarn, and those are the two products we directly sell to brands or to the manufacturer, and that will then transform it into an end product, such as the amazing t-shirt I'm currently wearing. And at the end of life, the user has the opportunity to just bring it back, and as Nusa, we give the guarantee that it will be fully recycled back into a virgin fiber to reach circular economy. So on top of being bio-based and 100% recyclable, our environmental impact is also 50% lower than conventional cotton. And our fiber shows intrinsic properties that ensure performance and comfort at all times, such as increased breathability, low odor retention, low flammability, and many other. So too good to be true. Our technology actually comes after several years of research, resulting in 5 patents today. And we are also proud to offer 3 products that are currently in product development stage with some of the largest European retailers today. So after raising €500,000 in 2020, we also won the prize of the most innovative startup of Belgium. And this allowed us to really accelerate, build a strong team, set up our chemical and textile lab in Brussels, where our headquarters are. So to allow us to further grow today, we're looking for manufacturing partners in Europe. So if you're interested to close the loop, I invite you to visit our booth in the responsible fashion area, and we'll make sure to show you how we transform that industry and make fashion circular. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. I don't know about you guys, but I'm feeling super inspired right now because we've just heard from 7 really incredible, innovative solutions. And now we're going to have time for the next round of Q&A with our dear jury. So I want to invite everyone who just pitched to come back to the stage. Now I'll pop over here. All right. Welcome back. So who wants to start us off this time? We'll start down here with you this time. Yeah.
Thank you very much for your presentation. So I have one question for Cueillette. You mentioned that you had basically 3 different solutions. And how do you expect your revenue to be shared amongst these 3 solutions, if I can say so?
Thank you.
Well, actually, usually we integrate different solutions in one site. So sometimes some clients ask just aeroponics because they have a tower, like the tower you see, because there is issue with space. So we go more with this kind of solution. Sometimes it's aquaponics because there is enough strong of the building, or there is space somewhere. So usually it's mixed. However, it's true that for aeroponics, it's more stable, let's say, because it's older in terms of innovations than aquaponics. So we go more, and we have maybe more revenue, maybe 70% with aeroponics system.
Thank you.
I have one question for Ecotin. What's the stage of development that you are at, and could you share a little bit on the commercial development, the number of people in your team?
So the stage of our, we have presented two services, the two stages. They're all fully developed. We have the technologies and we are serving clients, including the public sector and also the private sector. So they're fully commercial. This year we are creating a new service, so that's still under development stage. We're working on the prototype, this API service, and then we're planning to start a new business model with that. And you talked about our team, right? So we have two core founders. I'm the co-founder. I'm the CTO, and we have 3 members, and we have a few externals as well who are helping us out as consultants and stuff. That's our team.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Another question for Ecoteam. How do you ensure that you can generate recurring revenues and not just one-shot revenue with urban public authorities asking you to build the vulnerability heat map, but then so my question is first, how much public authority are ready to pay for first project, and how you can imagine you can sell them recurring projects and
Thank you.
Yeah, I had a feeling somebody's going to ask that question. Yeah, it's very difficult working with the public sector, and the revenue stream is fragmented. We have had a lot of success with public sector right now. We have been working with, we've started off with Vienna. We worked with the Stad Wien, and then after that we moved to Prague, where we have been doing around 2-3 projects with them already. So we made well, that's also why we're here, because this is one of the best places to meet the public sector. Private sector, same story, we have been keeping up with them. But in order to have a constant flow of revenue, we started this new API service, which will guarantee us more steady revenue stream with a B2B model rather than a B2G model. So that's what we're doing right now. But so far, I guess I can say that we've been lucky on that.
Thank you. Question for one of the other solutions? Thank you.
I have a question for Nosa. So you're looking for manufacturer partners. In which countries or which area are you looking for? Is it still Europe, or do you want to go abroad?
Thank you.
So, hello, thank you for that question. Actually, our production site today takes place in China, and we're looking to offer a European production route. The challenge today is that what we see with innovative textile materials is that we're only able to reach that quality today in China, because unfortunately that industry has more or less disappeared from Europe, and all the competences that goes with it. So we are quite confident that within 1 or 2 years we'll be able to secure that production route here, but then we need to develop the whole manufacturing partners of the textile chain here.
Thank you.
So a question for Rockies. So you're planning on doing this digital platform where you will need to have some mass users to be able to have enough transactions. What is your go-to-market strategy I guess, stakeholders that are not very prone on digitalization usually?
Thank you.
Yes. Thanks for the question. Yeah, indeed, construction industry is not very the biggest fan of digitization. However, like as we have COVID, we have the sustainability pushing hard. For example, Vinci or Bouygues announced that they will reduce by 30 to 40% their carbon emission in 2030. So they need to implement tools and way to reduce this carbon emission. For how we are going to massify it, first we are looking for the supply. So we're chasing the supply, we're charging people who are ordering it, and not trying to tackle producers and haulers straight. So our customers are today buying aggregates, so they use us to buy aggregates for them, so it can helping us to bring the demand on the market. And today the optimization is very low, so we'll be able to increase their productivity, and they will at the end win more money. So it's our go-to-market. So chase for the supply, bring the demand on the platform, and try to reach the mass rate we need to start optimizing the hauling routes.
Thank you.
Just another question for Rockies. If I understood correctly, you mentioned you had 50 clients. So how many transactions is that? And maybe you can go over some further metrics.
Yeah, I said we start commercializing in, let's say, in March. So we are getting our traction number growing. However, let's say an average order, it's around 5K. We have a commission-based model, so marketplace, so we take around 5% take rate on all the order on the platform. And then we have another model that we activate later on for producers. It's as a SaaS tools, so as a subscription model to be able to implement our tools for their own customer as well. So yeah, we have 50 customers, it's growing fast, and I'm sure we'll show some numbers in a couple of weeks or months when we raise our seed round.
Thank you.
Quick question to Cueillette Urbaine. Is your main market on retrofit buildings, or on already existing buildings, or on new constructions?
Thank you.
Thank you. Currently, it's more for the restructuring building. So basically, it's not new building. It's a building. Maybe they don't know actually for the real estate industry. They don't know if they can do something with the roof. They come to us, and after we do the study, and usually we have always one solution. That's another reason for the aeroponics why it works that much. It's because it's only 70 kilo the tower. So basically, on most of the roof, you can do it.
Thank you very much. I think you had your hand first.
Thank you for Nusa. So I understand that with your fiber, you focus on the textile, the fashion industry now. Are you considering other applications in other industries, like for example for seats of cars, planes, or trains?
Thank you. And this will be our final question for today, unfortunately.
You're very right. So today I mainly talked about fashion, but indeed, like today we see a great interest in many actually textile fields, such as also workwear, but also what you can find at your place, like carpets, curtains. I mean, textile is everywhere. So of course we've considered like automotive seats or like, but I mean, it is quite regulated. So for the moment we don't go there, but you can also see a real interest in everything that is non-woven. So meaning everything you can scrap, so like diapers and single-use surgeon blouses and things like this. So yeah, there's a lot of opportunities there. Thank you.
Thank you to our jury. Thank you to our pitchers. Let's give a massive warm round of applause to everyone who pitched. It's no easy feat to get up and try to sell the essence of your product in 3 minutes only, but that's what it's all about today. And of course, if you want to know more about their solutions, you can find them later and have a chat and dive in deeper. But we're going to wrap up this first round of pitches now, and in a couple of moments, we'll be back straight into the next round with the circular challenge. So thank you all so much for being here. You're welcome to stay. We'll be getting going in just another few moments.